Hi, good morning. Happy Monday. In a second, we are going to start our lesson talking about volume. Before we get to that, you can hear my brother is making breakfast. Before we get to volume, what I want you to do is think about if you had a superpower, what would your superhero name be? When you come into office hours, tell me what your superhero name would be. Make sure you have a pencil, have your packet on your laptop or your phone ready to go, and a sheet of paper that you are writing and showing all of your work. And good luck. Here we go. Good morning. Hello. Good afternoon. It is Monday, March 23rd, and we are doing Module 5, Lesson 4, Length, Width, Height, Volume. So we are starting with our fluency. We have done this so many times. You all should be pros at it. For number 1, if I were showing you an example, I have a 1/7 times 2 is the same as saying 1 times 2 over 7, which is 2/7, and that would be my answer for number 1. You're going to work your way through these, making sure that you have the most simplified answer. Pause the video now, work through it, and then continue on. Good luck. Thrive Point Challenge. Set a timer for 2 minutes to work through these, or jump onto office hours and we will set a timer for you. See how many you can get done. If you finish the page in those 2 minutes, you get those extra Thrive points. And if you do not, you are improving every day, so you will get there soon. And once the timer goes off, you need to finish up this page. Pause the screen now and work through this. We're now looking at the application problem. As I read it, you're reading along and you should be annotating. We will check these annotations in your plan of attacks during office hours. Karen says that the volume of this prism is 5 centimeters cubed and that she calculated it by adding the sides together. Give the correct volume of this prism and explains Karen's error. Do a plan of attack and have your work. Pause right here and continue through. You should have your plan of attack completed, and we'll check that later. You should have realized that the answer should have been 4 centimeters cubed. What was the mistake that was made? You should have realized that Karen cannot add them together. It's multiplying them together. So Karen's error was that she used the wrong operation. You want to count the total cubic units. All right, we are now looking at the concept development. The first thing that I want us to do is to write our length, our width, and we're going to write our length, our width, and our height of this rectangular prism. So my length, I see right here, my length is 3. So I'm writing length is 3. Looking for my width is right here, and my width is 2. And I'm looking at my height, and I see that my height has 4 cubic centimeters. Make sure that you get that written down first. Okay, now what I want us to do is we're going to decompose this prism into layers 3 different ways. So I'm going to start by drawing just the outside of this prism. So you can follow along with me. Using those dots will help. I make a square here. I connect it just like that. Actually, I'll show you an even easier way. You're going to go line, line, line. And then you're going to connect those dots. You're going to draw 3 of those. We're going to do it 3 different ways. So again, you're going to draw a box, line, 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 connect, connect. And our third one, line, 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 connect, connect. Okay, we want to decompose this prism into layers 3 different ways. Well, so when I look at that original rectangular prism that it gives me, I'm saying, okay, how many layers does it have going up? Well, it has 4. The height here, and I'll switch colors, the height here is 4. So I'm going to say, all right, so let me go across 1, 2, 3. That breaks it into 4 pieces. Now, it actually comes across like this as well. That shows the full break. I already know that this is 2. Now, if I'm breaking it into 4, I need to figure out how many cubes are in each layer. Well, so how many layers do I have? We just said here that I have 4 layers. How many cubes are in this layer? So what you should be doing is thinking about it. We know that the entire volume of this is 3 times 2 times 4. So our volume is 24. So I can tell that 6, 6, 6, and 6 is in each layer. Think about just one of them. If you were to cut it across, you would have 3, and then you would have another 3. So I have 6 going across. So the number of cubes in each layer is, we got that by saying 3 times 2, but really that's 6, and that told us that 24 cubic centimeters is how many that we have. So that's one way we can slice it into our layers. We are going to do it a different way on this one. We're going to decompose it into layers. Well, so this time I know that I have 3, ooh, that was messy. I know that I have 3 going across the length. So I'm going to split it into 3. Right, I can go any dimension. If I go there, I'm going to split it here. Okay, well, so now I'm showing that I have 3 layers. If I have 3 layers, I need to figure out how many cubes are in one layer. So imagine that you're cutting through that yellow slice that we just made. You are cutting that Rubik's Cube, and you are looking how many cubes are in that layer. Well, I can tell that there are going to be 8 in that layer. I found out that there were 8 because I said, well, I have 2 going back, and I have 4 going up. That told me 8, which is 24. And you know what? I should have been writing this below. You should also write this. We said our area was 3 times 2, which gave us 6. And we said times 4. Here, right, so really what we said was 3 times 2 times 4. The area times the height. Here, on the one we just did, we said our area was 2 times 4. That's the area. Times our layers, which was 3. Okay, now we're looking at this last one. I'm going to switch to purple. So what other direction have we not cut it? We have not cut it this way. And I know that I'm just cutting 2 there because that is how many are there. All right, so if I'm looking there, how many pieces are going to be in both? Okay, I know that there are going to be 12 cubes here, and there are going to be 12 cubes here. So again, the way that I was able to figure that out was I said, well, there's 3 and there's 4 times the amount of layers, which is 2. So again, our area times our height. Area is length and width. So that's like saying length times width times height. So if I'm writing it in here, I have 2 layers. I solved it by 3 times 4, which is 12, and that gave me 24 cubic centimeters. Make sure you have all of these notes down. It's really important that you have the 3 prisms that we decomposed into different layers. Looking at all those multiplication sentences that we wrote at the end. So let me show you what I'm talking about. If I am looking, sorry, I'm trying to switch colors, at all of these right here. Looking at these multiplication sentences, what is something that you notice about them? What I want you to do is write at the bottom of your paper, what did you notice about those 3 equations? And when you come into office hours, that's what I'm expecting you to tell me, is the pattern that you see. Go ahead and flip the page. All right, we are looking at that top picture. Now, you see the sections, you see the cubes on the top of this rectangular prism. That top is showing the face of it. We call the side like that the face. So if that prism is made of 1 centimeter cubes, what is the area of the face? Take a moment. What I want you to write down is just the area of the face. So what do you think it is? Have it written. And you should have said, oh, well, it's 2 by 2. So you would have gotten that it's 4 centimeters squared because you had 2 different dimensions. Okay. Now, if the prism under the face, so all of the box that you see underneath that face is built of centimeter cubes, and it has a height of 4 centimeters like that picture shows, how many layers are in the prism? So you should have been like, oh, well, if it's a height of 4, what that's telling me is that I have 4 layers going up. That's those 4 boxes. How can you use the area of the face and the fact that you know that the height is 4 centimeters to find volume? Well, think back to what we did before. We already know that area is the same as length times width, and volume is length times width times height. So if this is area, we can just say the area, 4 centimeters squared, times the height, 4 centimeters. And we will get 16 centimeters cubed. So again, looking at this next one, we cannot see the individual cubes, but we are able to see the dimensions, and it's telling us that this is the area. It's really important that we pay attention to what it says. So I know that my area is 6 inches squared, and I know that my height is 2 inches squared. You are going to go ahead and finish this problem on your own and move on to the next problem. Make sure you have your equation written and your answer with the units. Finish this page now, pause the video. All right, you finished your concept development, you have checked in at office hours, you are now working through the problem set. So you're going to work through this page, then you are going to work through this page, then you are going to do your lovely, wonderful exit ticket. This exit ticket is what we need to see. So you're going to make sure that you come to office hours with your questions and that you come with your exit ticket for us to be able to look at. So again, my office hours are from 9 to 12, Mr. Bautista from 9 to 12, and Miss King from 12 to 3. I look forward to seeing you all there. Good luck, and I am really, really proud of you guys and how hard you are all working, especially in a difficult and stressful time and when it's weird to do school at home. See you all soon. Yay, so finish up your packet, finish up that exit ticket, jump into office hours, show us your exit ticket, show us your completed packet, ask us any questions that you have, and I will see you soon.